Okay, hi, I'm Claus. I have a quick lightning talk for you on detection coverage in the modern world, and it doesn't seem to be coming up, but it doesn't matter. It's just the first slide is just a picture of the MITRE ATT&CK navigator layer. Why is the first slide the MITRE ATT&CK navigator layer? So, what is a MITRE ATT&CK navigator layer? It's a picture of all the different MITRE ATT&CK techniques seen across the different stages. And this is what a lot of CISOs and blue teams today use to describe to each other or to the management what the detection coverage is. So they go and use this MITRE ATT&CK image graphic for illustrating detection coverage. But the truth is, it doesn't work for detection coverage. It might work for spotting blind spots where you have nothing at all. But those of you who have dug into this topic know that under any given MITRE technique, there could be up to as much as 50 different implementations of that technique, as illustrated by tools like Atomic Red Team. Which means that the provocative statement is that none of us, more or less, with maybe one or two, a few exceptions here and there, when we tell our bosses that we implement detection coverage for our entities, none of us are right. We're all lying. We have no idea. Because we have no way to measure detection coverage up against even a picture of the threats facing you. So it means no one has, and some of you probably think now that's wrong, or he's stupid. That's fine. But none of us have any clue if we are able to detect the right things. One, we don't have a detailed way to represent the different attack vectors that tools and threat actors implement in a model. Many of us have ways to even test if the detection we roll out work against these threats or if they work against anything at all, so we're not testing the detections. And then we have the whole religion around, should we accept false positives or should we not accept false positives? What is the right amount of false positives? And for those of you, and big shout out to the podcast from SpecDrops called Detection Challenging Paradigms. If any of you do detection and detection engineering and SOC, I recommend that podcast very much. It gives you insight into the tug of war that it is to try to find out what is the right amount of false positives to accept. Because the truth is, when you do not accept false positives, then you are at the other end of that graph accepting false negatives, which is bad. Because in the frame of detection coverage, a false negative is a detection that you did not have for a valid threat. So that's a blind spot. And that is what you want to avoid in detection coverage if you can. But, so we realized some years ago that we might want to have a data-driven conversation around detection coverage. Is it even realistic? And therefore, we implemented a tool where I work, which is the European Commission, that my colleague Remy will dig into in his lightning talk on Thursday in depth, called OpenTide, which allows you to granularly represent threats at the level of Atomic Red Team or whichever level you need and build out a graph based on that. So I'll leave you with that as an appetizer for his lightning talk on Thursday.